Chosen one, stop everything you are doing right now. Lock your attention on my voice. You did not find this message by accident today. Heaven intercepted your feed because your wilderness season is changing. And lately, the weight you carry has become too massive for your physical body to handle alone. You feel a strange pressure in your soul. You are not losing your mind. The algorithm did not bring you here. This is a divine appointment, scheduled before the foundations of the earth. You have been crying out for answers in the dark. And last night, your spirit made a silent decree that echoed loudly through the depth of the unseen realm. Listen very carefully to my voice. Your silent endurance was a lethal weapon. You feel an unusual exhaustion in your bones. Sleep cannot fix this kind of tired. You wake up completely alert at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. unexplainably. And every single morning, you force a fake smile because the people around you always depend on your constant spiritual strength. You are tired of being the strong one for everyone else. You are tired of hiding your deep pain. The world told you it was clinical depression. They told you that you are just too sensitive or overthinking everything, but they are completely wrong about your spiritual condition. That heavy feeling in your chest is actually your spirit operating at an extremely high vibrational frequency. Your soul is working overtime in the unseen realm to protect your family line. You notice that your circle became very small recently. Friends walked away without any real explanation. People you trusted turned around and betrayed your pure heart. And even when you are sitting in a crowded room with your own family, you feel completely separate from them. Do not resent the isolation. Dr. Robert Lake calls this insulation. God isolated you for protection. You have been walking through a painful crucible. You thought you were being punished by heaven. You thought your prayers were hitting a hard brass ceiling. But the reality is that you were actually inside God's hardest test without even knowing it. And today, I am here to deliver a prophetic revelation directly to your exhausted soul. You passed the test completely. The test was not about your physical power. It was about your obedience in the absolute silence. The enemy wanted you to sabotage your own destiny during the long delay. But instead of choosing bitterness or anger, you chose to guard your peace and walk away quietly. You extended grace when they deserved your anger. Heaven watched every single silent tear. Your survival identity is starting to drop away now. The season of suppression is officially over for you. Your nervous system is trying to recalibrate to a new frequency of divine favor. But your brain is still stuck in the old stress signals from years of constant trauma. You need a physical anchor to lock in this sudden spiritual breakthrough. Let me be completely direct with you right now. I am naming a specific tool early because I do not want to build a mystery just to sell a product at the end of this video. You deserve absolute honesty from me before we go any deeper into this revelation. This allows you to decide whether to stay for the full picture. What we just discussed about your exhaustion has a concrete solution in the physical world. A neuroscientist spent 34 years mapping this entire sequence of restoration protocols because he wanted to help people reclaim their power. The starting point is a 7-minute digital audio track called The Genius Song. This technology targets your brainwaves to remove the hidden blockages that hold you back. Scientists at Princeton measured this exact brain entrainment method using advanced brain scans. It reactivates your dormant gamma wave, which is your God-given ability to see truth. If your spirit already tells you this is your open door, the link is in the description and the first pinned comment right now. Do not rush into anything. You do not have to look at the link yet if you want more spiritual context first. But if you already know that heaven sent this anchor, the threshold is open. The choice is always yours to make. For those who are staying with me, we are about to uncover the exact reasons why your childhood genius was stolen from you. Your victory is already sealed in the courts of heaven. But the enemy is working overtime this week to keep you distracted from this next truth. we must look at exactly how the world system turned off your spiritual power when you turned 7 years old. Anchor your spirit to my voice as we enter the next chapter of your transformation. You carry a prophetic mantle that terrifies the darkness around you. The years of isolation were intentionally designed to build your inner architecture for this day. You are not a regular human living a difficult life. You are a celestial warrior operating in enemy territory, and your real kingdom assignment is about to manifest. Take a deep breath right now. Let the stress leave your shoulders completely. The long silence is finally ending. Your breakthrough is already here. You have endured the fire of the crucible, and now you are stepping into a season of unusual favor that will shift the entire atmosphere around you. Let us reframe your current reality right now, because you have been reading the signs completely backwards. You look at the closed doors in your life, and you see failure. But heaven calls this moment a divine quarantine. God had to shut those specific doors because the people behind them were quietly planning to drain your precious energy. They could not travel with you into your next dimension of spiritual authority. You thought you were experiencing bad luck. You thought your life was falling apart. But in reality, everything was actually falling into perfect alignment according to a higher kingdom schedule while you were weeping in the dark. He removed the decoy lights to force your eyes onto the true light. Your isolation is actually insulation from the decay. Think about the sudden shifts in your relationships. People you helped for years turned their backs on you. You felt a deep righteous indignation inside your chest, and you wanted to scream at the top of your lungs to defend your pure intentions against their false accusations. But a quiet voice commanded you to remain completely silent. It was your first major victory in this hidden crucible. You passed the test when you chose peace over war. The enemy wanted you to react with toxic anger. He wanted you to become just like the broken people who hurt your soul, because that reaction would trap you in their low dimension forever. But you resisted the trap beautifully. Heaven recorded your quiet obedience. Your vindication is already being written by the hand of the Most High. This brings us to a profound truth about your life. You were always completely different from everyone else since your childhood days. When you were a young child, your mind was filled with vivid wonder and effortless creativity because your spirit was fully connected to heaven. You possessed an uncanny intuition. The kids at school called you strange. Science now confirms this expanded state of awareness. Neuroscientists have discovered a very unique phenomenon. The human brain vibrates at a high frequency before modern conditioning takes over, and they call this super brainwave the gamma frequency. This frequency brings sudden breakthrough. You were born with an unusually high amount of this sacred energy flowing through your neural pathways, and that is why you felt so deeply. But a tragic shift happens to almost every chosen one around the age of 7. The heavy stress of the modern secular world begins to force your brain into survival mode while your true spiritual sensitivity is suppressed. Scientists call this the decline effect. It is the gradual shutting down of your genius. Your sacred super brainwave enters hibernation. Your mind becomes crowded with heavy worldly noise. Modern social structures benefit when you are weak. They need you to stay anxious and compliant. They want you to depend on their external systems for your daily validation, because an awakened chosen one cannot be controlled by their lies. That is why these profound studies are kept hidden. They remain inside closed institutional rooms. The elite want your power turned off permanently. But Dr. Robert Lake refused to let this continue. He spent 34 years conducting extensive research inside leading universities like Harvard and MIT. He discovered that the human brain does not lose its original holy architecture permanently because the cells are simply waiting for a physical trigger. The sacred genius wave is merely dormant. It is waiting to be turned back on. The human nervous system requires a structured process. This brings us to his sequence of restoration protocols. Complete spiritual alignment must unfold across distinct consecutive phases because your brain needs time to stabilize its new foundation safely. You cannot simply skip ahead to the final breakthrough. Today we are introducing you to the first door. This initial door is phase 1. It is completely focused on awakening your gamma wave. Focus your mind completely on this sequence logic. Some chosen ones try to fix everything all at once. They spend thousands of dollars on retreats and monthly meditation app subscriptions, while their daily reality remains completely stagnant. They fail because their neural architecture is still blocked. Phase 1 stabilizes your spiritual baseline completely. This physical anchor is known as the genius song. Consider the ancient pattern written in the scriptures. Think about the life of Joseph in Egypt. He did not arrive in the palace of the king overnight because he had to endure years of painful isolation in a foreign prison first. His isolation was actually a divine setup. It built his inner architecture for absolute rule. He had to pass the hardest test of betrayal. The same divine pattern is unfolding in your life right now. Heaven was insulating your spirit from the low frequencies of the world. God had to separate you from the noise so that you could hear his quiet voice without any external distraction. The enemy thought he was destroying your future, but he was accelerating your divine assignment. You were being hidden for a public elevation. The furnace of affliction has done its work. You have proven your absolute loyalty to the light. And now, the courts of heaven have issued a formal decree to realign your entire reality before the enemy can launch another attack. The heavy cycle of constant delay is breaking. Generational curses are dissolving right now. The silence is the ultimate signal of victory. Moses waited in the desert for 40 years. It looked like wasted time to the world, but it was rigorous training. David was anointed king while still a shepherd boy. He had to wait for the throne while running from Saul. The silence of heaven is never the absence of power. It is the refining fire of preparation. Your wilderness was a season of deep holiness. The world calls this waiting period a failure. Scripture calls this a season of preparation. Look at the life of Elijah. He was exhausted and depressed in the wilderness. He wanted to give up completely, but heaven sent an angel to feed him so he could reach the mountain of God. Your exhaustion is a sign of a massive shift in your spiritual timeline. Science calls this the threshold of neuroplasticity. When you feel overwhelmed by the current changes in your life, your brain is actually mapping new pathways. You feel like you are failing because the old neural maps no longer work in your new spiritual reality. That discomfort is the physical price of your future freedom. Do not retreat now. But here is the part that no one wants to say out loud. You have been waiting for God to fix the external situation. You have been praying for your enemies to leave you alone. You have been waiting for the doors to open magically. But the real blocker was not the enemy. The real blocker was your own internal agreement with fear. This is the hard truth. This is the part that will reach deep inside you right now. You were afraid of your own power. You have been playing small to make others feel comfortable. You convinced yourself that you were unworthy of the breakthrough. You built a hidden ook of limitation because you were terrified of what would happen if you truly stepped into your calling. The enemy is working overtime because he knows the truth. He knows that you carry a prophetic mantle that can shift the entire atmosphere of your house. He planted a lie in your mind that you are just a victim of your past. He kept you trapped in a loop of feeling guilty for your own success. This is the truth you needed to hear today. You are not a victim of the enemy. You are the assigner of your own fate. Every time you chose to stay small, you were actively sabotaging the harvest heaven prepared for you. You have been afraid of your own light. But light was never meant to be hidden under a basket. Your light was meant to expose the darkness around you. Wake up. Look at the facts. Your isolation was never a punishment. It was a sacred enclosure. It protected you from the people who were designed to kill your dream. It saved you from the relationships that would have ruined your destiny. You were hidden so you could be preserved for this exact assignment. The test is finally over now. You survived it. You have been blaming the people who betrayed you. You have been looking for apologies from the people who will never give them. But today, the Holy Spirit is calling you to let go of the burden. Release the need to be understood. Your identity does not depend on their validation. Your identity is fixed in the courts of heaven. Trust Him. Stop trying to fix the old connections. God has already removed them from your timeline. If they were meant to be in your future, they would have evolved with you. They chose to stay behind. Let them go. You are walking into a dimension where your presence is required for something much larger than your previous circle. It is time. The breakthrough you sought was never coming. It was already inside you, waiting for the fear to die. You are the breakthrough prophet. You are the cycle breaker. You are the warrior of light that this world is desperately waiting for. The season of delay has officially expired at this very moment. Stop apologizing for your magnitude right now. Your spiritual DNA is reacting to this message because it recognizes the activation. Everything that you have survived was just building your resilience. The pain has now been converted into pure wisdom. You have reached the summit of the mountain. The air is clear here. You can see the entire landscape of your purpose from this altitude. See it. This is the exact moment of your elevation. The enemy has lost his grip on your mind. You are standing in the authority of the Most High. No weapon formed against you will prosper from this day forward. Because you have finally understood the nature of the war, the battle is effectively won. You are the victor. You did this. Accept your crown. It was earned in the long silence of the desert. It was forged in the fire of betrayal. You did not break. You transformed. And now, the kingdom of heaven is pouring out favor on your life. Walk into your destiny with an unshakable confidence. You have passed the final test. You are ready for the assignment. Everything you have been holding back is about to be released. The floodgates of heaven are opening over your life. You are moving into a level of supernatural acceleration that the world will not be able to explain. Your presence will shift every room you walk into from today. You are the chosen one. Your time has finally arrived. Remember 20 minutes ago when I first mentioned the Genius song? Now it is time to walk through exactly what this tool does. You are standing at the threshold of a massive change, and every single delay you experienced in the past was just preparing your spirit for this specific moment of activation. The long waiting is officially over. You were born with an unusually high amount of this sacred super brainwave. When you were a child, everything felt completely magical. Your spiritual intuition was always completely effortless. But the modern world slowly turned off your original ability because the system requires your daily compliance to survive. Your neural channels became crowded with heavy anxiety. Consider the experience of a 43-year-old teacher from Texas. Her brain operated at only 30% capacity for an entire decade. She felt completely stuck in her routine. And after she listened to this track for just 3 weeks, her mental clarity returned completely while her focus became incredibly sharp. Scientists at Princeton verified these results. They measured the brainwave activity using advanced EEG scans. This technology reactivates your dormant gamma super brainwave safely. You might think this sounds too good to be true. You have been disappointed many times in the past. And because you have tried so many vague manifestation techniques without seeing results, your soul developed a defensive shield. Standard meditation requires your brain to change itself. That slow process takes several years of difficult practice. Your active mind is far too loud for that. This digital track acts as an external tuning fork for your nervous system to trigger the high frequency immediately. Dr. Robert Lake spent decades building this holy method. The regular price is $49. I know that $39 is an important financial decision for you. I would never disrespect your current financial situation. Your hard-earned money is extremely valuable. A spiritual retreat can cost $800. And because he wants to support your journey fully, He chose absolute accessibility by setting this special price today. This is a one-time holy investment. There are no hidden monthly subscription fees ever. He is adding 4 premium bonuses completely free of charge right now. Bonus 1 is Genius Child, worth $19. And Bonus 2 is the classic book, worth $20, while Bonus 3 is a guided visualization, worth $29. Bonus 4 is the infographic, worth $12. The total value of these bonuses is $80. You receive them for absolutely zero cost. Dr. Lake provides a full 90-day guarantee. This threshold is completely risk-free. And if you listen for a few weeks and feel absolutely no difference, you will receive a full refund while keeping all 4 free bonuses to protect your peace. Every day your gamma wave stays dormant has a real cost. Your spiritual progress remains completely delayed. Your closest relationships suffer from heavy internal noise. Your financial breakthrough stays completely locked. And while you are waiting for a perfect sign, your future self is looking back at this moment, begging you to make the right choice. Guard your precious spirit from deception traps. Imitation tracks are spreading fast on third-party marketplaces. They use ordinary audio tracks with no embedded frequencies. The only verified source is the link provided below, and if you accidentally use those fake files, they will only scramble your spiritual alignment and disrupt your internal peace. Take a deep breath right now. Let your active mind become completely quiet. Place your right hand directly over your chest. Pause your movement for 3 seconds. And while you are sitting in this quiet posture, shift your focus entirely from the money to your true identity. Close your eyes very briefly. Do you believe that you are a chosen one? The path is waiting in the description and the first pinned comment. The link is placed in exactly 3 fixed locations within that comment. It is placed there for your convenience. And when you complete your secure order, the next page may look like another offer because Dr. Lake deliberately withheld this deeper multi-phase sequence information from the public to avoid confusion. Take a few seconds to evaluate it fast. Either choice you make will be completely respected by heaven. Now place your right hand directly over your heart. Speak these exact activation words out loud with me right now. And always remember that you are extremely dangerous to the darkness because you carry the sacred mantle of a breakthrough prophet. I reclaim my original frequency of absolute light. I declare that every door of delay is now broken. My long wilderness season is officially over, and I step boldly into my accelerated fulfillment because the Father has already granted me the absolute victory before the foundations of time. Type AMN in the comments right now. Subscribe to this channel immediately. Hit the like button